Hi, I'm JOGB and welcome to Jo on the Go. Snuggling up?
Yes, it's a cold day.
It's a cold day. Hi, welcome to Jo on the Go. And I'm here today with, very excited, Morag Ross. Be still my beating heart. She is makeup artist extraordinaire, international, on so many A-listing, BAFTA award-winning, nominated, incredible movies of all time. I mean, the list is extraordinary.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Fill everyone in on that list.
The very first film I worked on was Caravaggio, about the painter, when I was still in my 20s, so it was a great honour, which of course you don't realise at the time. And yeah, it was Tilda Swinton's first film. Beautiful movie, directed by Derek Jarman, and we've just that was over 30 years ago, I guess. 30, yeah, just over. So, but it launched our careers.
And since then on, you went on to work with on Orlando.
Orlando again with Tilda.
Yes.
Yeah, and I did start very much in the arts circuit of independent movies, and and then my career kind of took me into big blockbuster movies like Star Wars and Indiana Jones. So it's been an amazing. But even having done those, I still love to work on independent films. I just did a little. It's a series called Documentary Now, a spoof documentary about a performance artist. So again, that was it was 6 days work, not big mega budget production, and it's just as close to my heart, if not closer.
I think that's the thing, because your background originally was Glasgow School of Art.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you evolved into makeup.
I didn't. I was studying mural design, and makeup was a hobby. I did it as a hobby, and then I did incorporate it into my work. It was the time of punk and new romantics, so it was a big deal to wear. It was a big deal and a lot of fun, and a big creative release.
Yeah, that's when fashion and
to
makeup
make
was
ourselves
fun.
up. And I made up my flatmates, 2 guys, but they were very happy to be made up as well before we went out on a Saturday night.
Were they adamanters?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Exactly. Steve Strange. I think we were going for the Blitz look.
Yeah.
And
this is where we bonded originally.
Exactly. Both being ex-art school.
The ex-art school.
Yes.
New Romantic.
Similar time. Yeah.
I wore my New Romantics outfit at Wimbledon tennis.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Wow. That's scary, isn't it? I think I terrified most of the people there.
I think the same thing happened to in Glasgow. Yeah. we were called the makeup crowd.
Well,
because Glasgow's quite small, and it was even smaller then.
Yeah.
And we did get banned from our local pub.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't cope. I started at the BBC studying makeup in 81, and I was there for 3 or 4 years, and then went straight into my
The BBC is responsible for a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
BBC.
It is. It's as far as makeup and hair goes, I mean, it's it's really sad that training doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because you did do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a good foundation.
So Caravaggio was your big break, and that was quite unusual, wasn't it? Because he wasn't wanting conventional makeup artists, was he, Derek Jarman?
I'd done a short film for that company. It was Sarah Radcliffe and Tim Pittman, actually. They ran this, it was Aldabra, I'm sure. That's who I did the short film for. And Sarah Radcliffe was producing Caravaggio and thought of me. I mean, and I went to meet Derek, and he just said, well, this, the job's yours if you want it. And it was a very, a very young crew, all ex-art school.
Yes, that's right.
So it was very comfortable, because there wasn't an imbalance anywhere. There was an experienced cinematographer, Gabrielle Beristan, who was amazing, and production designer. and the rest of us, you know,
Quite an
very much-
inauguration.
Yes, baptism of fire,
Yeah.
actually. You know, it was a beautiful film, so.
Of course.
And I think we talked about this before once. The world just seemed much smaller then. There weren't, you know, it was over 30 years ago. There weren't so many people vying for the same jobs.
Yes. Yes. And talent could stand out more.
Yes,
more
exactly.
obviously, yes.
And it was a burgeoning time. I mean, Channel 4 had just really started,
course.
Film 4. There was a lot happening, the whole music video scene. So it was all new and very potent, really. There was a lot happening and not so many people around.
I know you work with a number of actors, and obviously Kate Blanchett is a very close one because you've known her for 18 years.
It's about 18 years, yeah. We've worked together on and off over that. It's a long time. You get known for those relationships. And Kate's so prolific and so amazing that it's kind of, you know, it's an honour to be.
So as a makeup artist, because it's a very personal role, because you're very much in their space, how much of that confidence do you feel you give them and they give you when you're working together?
Oh, I think, as a makeup artist, the whole thing, isn't it? It's about making somebody feel secure. It is those things. It's not so much about the makeup artist at all, I don't think. I think it is about instilling confidence and security in the person who's about to work and who's in your chair, so that they don't have to think about their makeup, actually. They don't have to. They can concentrate on the role. They can concentrate on whatever's required that day. Most of the time in a movie, you're going to see this. It's going to end up fairly close on the actors' faces, their reactions. So the hair and makeup is going to tell the story, and it's going to explain the character, the passage of time, the narrative. So it's very important. And also, you know, there's all the other little things behind the scenes. You know, we don't shoot in sequence.
Yes, of course.
You have to watch continuity. You have to flip. You know, you might shoot going into a building one day and then 2 months later shoot the interior scene, so it has to match perfectly. And also, you know, faces do change maybe over 3 months of filming. Somebody, you know, a child actor might lose a tooth, or somebody might get a black eye, or that you have to hide that shouldn't be there. Oh, little things happen behind the scenes all the time. So.
Of course. So the continuity side, that must be fascinating. I mean,
it's fascinating. You have, it's a rigorous process. Now, even though with apps and things, you know, I use an app, a makeup continuity app. So it's quite, you know, again, the ever-present cell phone is, you know, invaluable, because I take pictures on my phone, link it up with my iPad, and then just write my notes.
Okay. Still, I mean, exactly. And also, in the process, you must think, oh, I wish I'd done X, and then you've got to go back and you go, oh, but I can't.
I still wish I'd done X for films that I did, you know, 20 years ago. And that's kind of human nature, and it's difficult, but it is part of the creative process, isn't it? It's very hard. I don't think I'll ever be entirely happy anyway.
What do you think is the biggest challenge as a film makeup artist today?
The biggest challenge is, I think, is navigating. It's probably navigating HD, and it's relatively new for me, because I started in film.
Yes.
And HD is harsher and sees more than the eye sees.
Yes.
So it's still shocking sometimes to see, to be on set and then see the image on the monitor.
Yeah. Even though you were that close when you were...
Yes. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest challenge, really. And maybe now, I think budgets might be a challenge. You know, everything's changing in the world anyway. You know, budgets get cut, and certainly I think HD's up there as one of the biggest challenges. But you know, everything does evolve and technology evolves, so there are different programs even within the digital cameras now that can help with the hard edge of HD.
Right. So is that something that directors are seeing is not a positive?
Yes, depending on the subject matter. I think sometimes it's really beneficial if you want to do something very gritty.
Sure.
It's going to be great on HD. But if you want to do something slightly dreamier or just a gentler image,
Shakespearean.
Yeah, you have to.
Shakespeare in HD.
Do something.
Sure about that one. This is HD. It's horrific.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
horrific.
you. Thank you, Jo.
That's why I'm here to protect you, Morag. Just so I warn you, you know. I know, but it is.
But there is a light, though. You don't always get a light.
Yeah,
on
it's
set.
kind light.
Sometimes you have to beg for lights.
So has your makeup kit changed as a result?
It's changed a little bit. I have to say, I'm not a heavy-handed makeup artist. So
look at Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, I don't think it's changed hugely. There are things that I look out for and things that I have to attend to.
Less is more?
Less is more, and perhaps sometimes on digital it's more contrasty, or less powder is good. I find on film, you were always very aware of being matte and not having too much kick. Sometimes on HD, it's good to have a bit of shine because it gives the face. It gives the face definition. It's kind of contouring. In the literal sense of the word.
See, I hate powder in real life.
I think that's very much also. It's not so much a trend as that's evolved, isn't it? As a look, I think that's generally how people feel now.
Yeah.
I do love powder for what it can do, but I don't like a powdery look.
Yes. That makes a lot of sense. Like that, very clear.
I mean, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to give a light dusting of powder just to set makeup if you want it to last, to be lasting.
Yes.
Especially if it's silicone based or something. But you don't want it obviously to look powdery. But I mean, technology is so great now that products aren't as flat and matte as they used to look anyway.
Now I know a lot of actors and actresses love being in your chair because you give them a massage.
Yeah.
Do tell.
No, I'm very into skin prep. So there's a few things that I'll do, at the setup of the day before doing any makeup, and one is the Gankin facial massage, which is the signature massage from SUQQU. And I learned from them how to do it. It's basically just going to, it's a very deep tissue massage.
Yes, it is.
It goes underneath the bones and into the muscles.
Yes, it does.
And it does hurt.
But in a good way.
In a great way, because you feel it's going to do something. And it literally is lifting and...
It's quite incredible.
Detox.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite incredible. It helps with contouring, lymphatic drainage.
Yeah. It's like 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
5 minutes. Yeah, probably about 5-10.
Yeah.
And it's great for circulation, depuffing.
Tick, tick, tick,
yes,
tick.
It's very relaxing. I think, it's de-stressing, because we carry so much stress in our face without even realising it.
So how early on would an actor be in your seat? Would
Well,
that
all
be
depends.
like an early morning starter
Yes,
facial?
it would be, depends when they need to be ready on set, how long the makeup and hair is going to take. So I try and fit it in. Because I also do, I try and do an oxygen facial. I have the big intraceuticals machine.
I had one of those the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did. It was fantastic.
That is another one of my signature start the day things, and I will do an oxygen facial.
What, 4 a.m.?
Could be 4 a.m., could be 5. Wow. If it's a great day, usually around 6 is luxury.
Yeah. And so how long after doing that, because just in case you don't know, it's like the spraying, It's so relaxing to have as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how long would you wait after doing that before starting the makeup?
Oh, it's go straight
Skin
into
ready,
it.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Skin is prepped, ready.
Do you
for
do it
makeup.
yourself at home?
I have done, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Special night.
Both the oxygen facial and Gankin. Gankin is very easy to do yourself in the morning. You can do it in 3 minutes, so it's a good thing to learn.
Yeah.
And it really does.
I have learned, but I'm nowhere near as fab as having someone do it for you.
No, it's not. But you know,
angle.
don't you feel that once you know some of the moves that you, I mean, even apply serum or moisturizer in a different way because you can actually push out.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm a big believer in especially the brows, the brow line, the pain, but the beautiful pain of pressing along the brow.
It really does relieve a lot of tension, doesn't it?
And lifts your brows.
Yeah.
And now, having done that, I feel I wish I'd done one before the start. I get to sit here and have more and do a Gankin. No, it's all right. Next time. Do you find that skin prep is the key? Because I think it is the key to a good makeup, whether it's for HD film or yourself at home.
Yeah. Yes, everything. I think the better your skin is, the less makeup you need to put on it. And really, I mean, we all just want to look great. We don't really, we want and believable as arts, I think, rather than in, wearing a mask of makeup.
Yes.
So,
trying to hide behind.
Yeah, and I think everybody now is. I think people are very, very, very skin aware. I think.
Yeah. How do you feel about selfie makeup?
I think I just think it's a trend. I did think about this because, I don't like it at all. I find it lacking in identity, and I find it a bit ugly, very harsh. But then I thought, well, what was it like in the 60s or the 70s? Because the 60s, that was very, very strong makeup, and we were all doing it, and the lashes and the black liner, and actually there was a bit of stripy contouring happening there too, and the pan stick makeup and the pale lips. It was probably just as strong in a different way, and I think we've just forgotten that. And this is very much
global.
Yes, of this time, and it's a fashion, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
it's going on a bit. But...
It's going on a bit. It's definitely
It's not quite a decade yet.
It's far-reaching. But I guess it will pass just like others. There will be a sort of movement. Change.
What to this date do you think is your proudest achievement?
Oh,
so many.
Yeah. Well, it's different to choose one because they happen on different levels. For instance, Manifesto that we talked about earlier was an arts project, a video installation, and we shot it in 2 weeks. And Kate Blanchett played 13 characters.
Yeah.
Again, I kind of like working at that last minute under pressure. I find the adrenaline works really well for me. And low budget productions have a very nice family atmosphere usually.
Right.
Which is really nice too. And I'm really proud of that because it was an amazing art installation. It became a film. I got an award for it, which was very nice to boot, and part of the reason I'm thrilled with it. But also, I did a film called Charlotte Gray that was very hard to do technically, but it's kind of one of the things that I'm most proud of.
Why hard technically?
Because I did back in the days, I did the makeup and the hair, and it was quite complicated. There were a lot of different looks, a lot of hairdressing, wet setting, period hairdressing, and so very long 16-hour days for a long time. And
that was a wartime film, wasn't it?
Wartime, yes, World War II, and but very beautiful cinematography, shot on film.
Yeah. And what's the most awkward destination you've ever had to do makeup?
Well, just did a film which I believe is coming out next year, and we had to shoot on a ship in the Arctic.
Oh.
And there was can't really say very much because of NDAs and the film isn't out yet, but there was a really, really terrible storm.
Oh, really?
And we did, the show must go on. We did shoot one scene as the storm was whipping up.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was kind of the hardest because literally the ship was listing from side to side and things were starting to roll off the tables.
Oh, my goodness.
And then we shot that scene and then everybody had to kind of batten down the hatches.
Wow.
For 32 hours.
Really?
Which was pretty hard.
Oh, my goodness. That's quite terrifying.
I was terrified. It's one of my greatest fears, actually.
Really?
And knowing that I was going to have to do that as part of the job, my greatest fear was that there would be a storm at sea.
Oh my God.
And it happened,
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, so Morag, what's your signature style?
My signature style, it's probably
effortless chic.
Maybe, I hope so. Yes, that's a very lovely thing to say. Okay. Effortless chic is nice, yeah. As I said, I don't think I'm heavy-handed.
No.
And I like to, work on faces of all ages. I think it's really important to show that older women can look amazing and to celebrate that.
Yeah.
And, I like to talk, it's important to talk about aging rather than anti-aging.
Yes.
So, and to do that with grace and,
I think that must
really
be the joy of working with film, is that you're working with a person's character.
Yes, and it's not always about beauty. Film makeup is not always, it's not glamorous behind the scenes, but it's not always about looking glamorous. It's about being a real, believable person.
Thank you, Morag.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Absolute star. So every movie, pretty much from now on, check back, guarantee. She had a hand in
Not
there.
quite every, but
really,
now and again.
90%. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the love. And do visit my lifestyle website, jogbliving.com, where you'll find our candles and blog and more exciting things to come. The link is below.